And when I did, and I was standing there in the booth crying, because I realized that probably that would be the last time I ever recorded a line as Edward Elric.
I really love that show.
Right? Me too. And that's what I had to come to terms with, is that I loved that little pipsqueak, and that Full Metal was the thing that I think I loved the most of what I've done. Now, let me say, Tamaki is a very close second place. Okay? But I would probably have to say Full Metal is probably my favorite people. Yes, I like your jacket. It makes me feel free.
What's your favorite line that you've ever recorded as Edward Elric?
Oh my gosh.
And could you say it for us?
There's so many awesome lines. I mean, Ed said so many great things. That's like me saying, can I ask you a question? What's the favorite breath you've ever taken?
Probably right now.
See, now if I had set a deadline, that would be my favorite. You know, it's tough. There are a lot of great ones. There are a lot of great ones. In fact, you know, here's something funny. I have been reminded of lines that I've said that I didn't even remember saying. Like somebody wrote me and said, would you say that? They wrote a line that Ed said on a piece of paper. And they're like, would you read this? And I read it and it said, there are so many people's asses I have to kick. I'm gonna have to make a list to keep track of them all. And I read it and I'm like, I said that? No. You're like, you did. I love that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, you did.
No, I believe you. You don't have to convince me. I'm sure I did. But I love those. I love the short rants, even though I'm kind of... Anybody got allergies right now?
Yeah.
I'm feeling it too, you know, my voice feels like it's got a blanket over it. But I love the short rants, even though I don't want to have to do them very much, because they're taxing. But you know what, I really love the scenes where Ed and Al are kind of private, and Ed is showing it that more uncertain side of himself. You know, when he's out and about with everybody, he's all cocky and smart-aleck, and you know what I mean, up in people's faces, and all aggressive and so sure of himself. But when he's alone with his brother, you see that the softer side of it, right? Where he's a little scared, and he's nervous, and he's uncertain, and he's worried, and he shares that with his brother. I always loved those scenes as well, very, very much. Yes, Vic? Oh my gosh, was that the funniest stuff in the world when the Japanese guy was trying to speak English? Right? In the subtitle, in the original? It was so funny. We already recorded it, actually. I already did it. We didn't do anything special because in Australia they speak English, and I'm already speaking English, so it was different than when the Japanese guy went to, like he was going to Australia. But it was really fun, actually. It was a lot of fun. And speaking of free, I was told several months ago that the characters have songs, have character songs, and so does mine. And I have this nasty habit of recording English versions of character songs. So I've already translated the lyric for his song, and I'm planning on recording that sometime soon, and be looking for it on the internet. It'll be out there and about, free once again, which is perfect for the show, right? Free. Also, guess what else? And you guys can start helping spread this word too. His name in the anime that we are doing, like. When we went in to start dubbing the anime, I was told that the pronunciation for his name is Rin.
Rin.
Because in Japanese, the I makes an E sound. That's what I was told by the director. There are plenty of precedents for it. I understand that it's R-I-N. But I believe, and they believe very strongly, that, you know, you don't say Tamakai, you say Tamaki. And there are several, you know, there are several Hikaru, instead of Hikaru, right? Right? So the I makes an E sound, so we're calling him Green. So you kind of spread the word on that, all right? As soon as the dub comes out, people start hating on that. You guys can be the voice of reason and the voice of, you know, truth and fact and say, well, this is why they did that, and so be it. And there's my favorite hat on the planet, Shark Hat. Do you have a question, Shark Girl? Anybody that's within the same zip code as that hat gets to ask a question.
What was it like recording doing Zero and such different characters?
Oh, I love, that was my favorite part of Vampire Night, was playing the two twin brothers.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
I mean, you may have seen this or heard this online before, but when they called me to tell me that I was going to be playing that character, they left a voicemail for me, and I wanted so badly to be in Vampire Night, and I auditioned for several characters. I auditioned for, is it Ido? Ido? You don't say Ado, do you? But it's spelled with an A. See my point? Making a point. Anyway, I auditioned for Ido. I auditioned for, what was the vampire hunter that Travis ended up playing? Yagari? I auditioned for him, and then I auditioned for Zero. And I really wanted Zero. I agree. And so I was watching my phone, like I'm like sitting there holding it, waiting for it to vibrate, and tell me that, oh, I've got a call, and hopefully, and I was on, it was Christmas time. I remember it was near Christmas. And suddenly, I was out in Colorado at my fiance's house and family's house, and all of a sudden my phone goes, bring! That's a voicemail message. Wait a minute, my phone didn't even ring! Dad, come back. And I looked at it, and sure enough, it was 818, it was from Los Angeles, and I'm like, I missed the phone call. So I start listening to the message, and the guy that runs Bang Zoom, where it was recorded, said, hey Vic, this is Eric Sherman, Bang Zoom, hope you're having a good holiday. I know, and I just want to say, Vic, and he got really quiet and somber. And he said, I just want you to know that I understand how much you wanted to be a part of this show. And I just want to say I'm sorry, and I promise you that we will work together sometime in the future on something. I was standing there like this. I'm not kidding. I started tearing up. And Michelle was standing right there, and I looked at her and I said, I didn't get anything. I didn't get any role at all. And then, and Eric was still talking, and then he said, I promise you we will work together sometime. In fact, we'll work together very soon because you'll be playing Zero and Ichiro in Vampire Night. And I was like, and so that was a great Christmas present. But the reason I tell you that story is because when he said that, I was like, woo, I'm playing Zero! Who is Ichiro? Because he said it all at the same time. He said it like it was one character. He was like, Zero Ichiro. Like, is that his full name? Like, Zero and his middle name is Ann? And so I really didn't even know until I got in to record that Ichiro is Zero's twin brother. And just like in the Japanese, the same actor played both. And that was my favorite part. It was so fun getting to play, you know, the two brothers. And what we would do, in case you're wondering, is we would record all of Zero's lines, and then we would go back and record all of each of his lines. So if I already recorded Zero, I would be able to hear Zero in my headphones, and then I would talk to myself. And in the scenes where the two brothers were talking to each other, it was quite fun. It was really, really fun. Yes, my darling Winry. Sorry.
Do you have a birthday for everybody in March?
Oh my gosh, who's got a March birthday? Oh, dang. There's too many. Okay, we're gonna come up here. You will be our poster child for March. Yay, Winry. Say hi to Winry. Hi. Tell him your name.
Rachel.
This is Rachel. She's the awesome Winry. And I met you at, wait, don't tell me. In Roanoke. What was the name of the show?
Star City.
Star City, yes, in Roanoke. And I'm so glad she brought her mom this time, and I love it. So, okay, all you March birthdays, this is your official representative, not elected, appointed. So we're gonna sing happy birthday to all the March birthdays. So when you get to the happy birthday, dear, right? We're gonna say, no, we're not gonna say everybody's name. I tried that once and it was a miserable failure. We're gonna say everybody born in March. Got it? It's gonna be fun. I can tell already. I'm excited about getting to that part. I know, right? Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.